All right, y'all. I'm back with another video. It's your girl, Inspired by Z. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody had a great week. I've been busy for these past couple of weeks. And I said, let me go ahead and stop now, since I have time, to get these tips in, because somebody might need these tips. Like I said, anything that helped me, I don't mind passing on. And if you're in the market to buying a home, you need to watch this video. Or thinking about buying a home, or you're a first-time home buyer, or this your third time, listen up, because I got these tips that can help you. Like I said, I'm not going to keep y'all long. We got stuff to do, so I'm going to get right into it. And I'm not eating today, but we finna get right into these tips. So the first thing, if you're thinking about buying a home or getting in the market to buy a home, that smoke alarm, y'all, is gonna drive me crazy. I gotta get batteries, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse it, but with the Federal Reserve, with having the interest rates going up, everything is pretty much high. Of course, with this inflation. So, but don't let that discourage you. Even though the rates might be up, the cost of the housing market is up right now. But there's some tips out there that can help. Well, first of all, let's talk about the credit. Get your credit together. And if you see me looking down, I have notes to make sure I talk about everything. I don't want to miss anything. But get your credit together. That's the most important thing you need to do. And while we're talking about credit, I also want to talk about don't buy anything. Do not make big purchases, especially if you're thinking about buying a home. You're looking for a home. You done wrote out what you want in a home. Do not make any big purchases. That can harm you big time, because that will add another debt to ratio on to your loan. And that's what they're looking at. Okay, your debt to ratio. If you got all this outstanding money out there and open credit, it's going to knock some of your points down. And so we do not want to do that. Like I said, get your credit together. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row. And one credit tip I can tell you right quick: if it has been after 7 years, anything on your credit that was showing 7 years ago is off. Normally, things come off your credit after 7 years. Any negative things that you have, they will automatically come off after 7 years. Get you on the 8th year after them 7 have passed. But I normally try to keep up with my credit anyway, annually. So, and this video is not sponsored by anybody. I'm just giving, like I said, I worked in mortgage for 8 years. I'm just giving tips that help me. And I'm also a homeowner. So, where was we? But, get your credit together. And like I said, anything after that 8 year, to check your credit. See what's going on. See if you got anything negative out there on your credit, you need to get it off. See, can you get it off of there? And you don't have to go and pay anybody to get your credit straight. I can do it. I did my own. So, but and there can be another video. But the main thing, do not make any major purchases right now that will show up on your credit. You don't want to do that before, during, or after. You can, when I say after, I mean straight after you get that loan. Some people thinking, oh, I just got my house. It won't matter. Let me go ahead and purchase this car. Don't do it right away. Do not do it right away, because they will pull your credit right back up after that to see, did they miss anything? Do they need to change anything? So hold off on buying anything before, during, and after. Wait a while. Once you get that last notice in from that mortgage company saying, okay, it's all clear, you're good, here's the final such and such, whatever it is, and we're glad that you joined us and blah, 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 whatever it is, then you make your purchase. You don't want to buy any new furniture right away. You don't want to, when I tell you, don't purchase anything through your credit right after you, because a lot of people, that's where they mess up. I got my new house, I need new furniture. And as soon as you get your house, you buying new furniture. You get in your car. You don't do that. Hold out. Wait it. Wait on it. Wait on it. Let me scratch off my notes as I go too. And then also, here's the thing about with your credit and buying a house. There's a lot of yes, you do have to have money down, but a lot of people say, well, you need 20% down on your home, and that's not necessarily true. And the reason why I say that, because there's a lot of programs out there that can help you. There's a down payment programs that can help you with your down payment, that you won't even have to come to the closing with that much money. You do have to have, not saying that you don't have to have money coming, of course, you buying a house, you're going to need some money, especially your earnest money. And for the new home owners, well, the first time home owners, and you trying this your first time buying a home, your earnest money will let them know, well, hey, I'm serious about this house. Your $500 earnest money. That will hold it. That will put a hold on it that's saying that you're interested in the house. So I know a lot of people saying, well, I know what the earnest money is, but some people, if they're young, they watching this video, they might not know. So I'm trying to break it down as much as possible for somebody, if I'm thinking that if you don't know. But if you do know, that's great. But you need your earnest money to hold it. And like I said, a lot of times you won't need 20%. And since your down payment, like I said, there's a lot of down payment programs out there for you. And let's see, we spoke about the earnest money. I can take this off my list, and I'm scratching off. And another big thing that you need to do that will be helpful: get pre-approved for your home, so you can know how much house you can get, how much home you can get, basically, if you can get it, and that's based on your credit. And like I said, if you already know this information, take it with a grain of salt. But I'm giving more tips and more tips. So if you already know this part, just watch to the end and see what else can help you. Because I got a few more tips. Like I said, I'm not going to hold you long, but I did want to get these tips out here. But get pre-approved. That will help, because a lot of places, they want to see their pre-approval letter. That will help you, and that will get you started quickly. They say, okay, you got your pre-approval. And just what I did, I just searched for the best and see what I could do. And then a lot of places where you work have perks with your mortgage lending company. And with that being said, you might can get discounts if you use their resources. If you use them, and you also check with your company if they have perks out there. A lot of companies do have employee perks, and one of the places I work had the mortgage employee perk, where I can get points off when I open with their mortgage company, when I use their lender, and it discounted a lot of stuff. So check with your job, especially if you working at a hospital or anything. Check to see, do they have any perks like that with your mortgage company. So that'll help out a lot. And like I said, I'm going through my list to make sure I spoke about everything, and I'm marking off. Yeah, perks with your job. And you got your pre-approval. And if you are a first-time home buyer, check the first-time home. Let your realtor know that you, not per se realtor, but your lender know that you are a first-time first-time home buyer. There are programs out there to help. And like I said, also with the down payment, the down payment program also that can help. Not only with the first time home buyer, but with anybody. They have down payment programs that can help you. And so let's rewind a little bit especially when I said to get your pre-approval letter. That letter will tell you how much house you can afford. Say for instance, and here's the biggest tip I want to give to anybody. Just because that pre-approval letter say you got approved for $285,000, that doesn't mean you look for a $285,000 house. What that means is you can go up to $285,000. Check your budget, see how much house you can afford. And that's what a lot of people get confused about, thinking, oh, they said, well, I can get a $285,000 house, but you can only afford $1,000 a month. With this $285,000 house, it's $3,000 a month with everything. I mean, with your mortgage, with your insurance, tax type, everything. Say $3,000. That's where a lot of people get stuck. They just saying, "Oh, I got approved for $285,000. That's good." That does not mean you get that $285,000 house. I mean, if you can afford that, great. I'm not saying don't, but if you can afford it, go for it. But that does not mean that that's the amount of house that you have to buy. All that means is you can get a house between $0 to $285,000. If you want a $150,000 house, you can get it. Only thing that letter saying, you cannot go over that $285,000, that pre-approval. That's all that's saying. But like I said, a lot of people make the mistake. Oh, they just see that $285,000, and so that's what they looking at. But mind you, you're not thinking about the note, that a house note with insurance, the payment, the upkeep. Think about all of that when it includes a home. And then, like I said, that's a lot of money. But like I said, you can afford it. That's great. That is good. But I'm just putting it out there. Just because they say you pre-approved for the $285,000, that does not mean you only looking for $285,000. That means you can't go over, but you can, go to look at what you can afford. Basically, it's the tip I'm giving you. Like I said, but if you think you can handle that $285,000, $325,000, whatever they got approved for you, hey, great. That's great. But I'm just saying, but a lot of people get that mistake, make that mistake. Oh, $285,000. Let me go look for this. But just looking something in your price range that you can handle, and just think about if something happened, like if you get hurt on your job, or you get sick or anything, and then I think about stuff like that. That's why I'm saying just be careful when it comes to, just think about what you can afford versus what they tell you that you're approved for, and then go from there to get your house. We talked about this. I'm just making sure I went over everything. And I did tell you to get your finances together, financial paperwork together when it comes to the house. Your W-2s, make sure you have all of that. When it's time to get your mortgage, you need your W-2s, your IDs, you need your pay stubs. Have all that together. Copy of your current pay stubs. You need all of that. Your paperwork for that. And I did say, don't do anything. Don't finance anything prior to getting your home, before, during, or after. And I also spoke with you about your down payment assistance program. I think I went over everything that I supposed to went over. Like I said, I wasn't gonna hold you long, but I did want to recap to make sure I did go over everything. Your first time home buyer, they have programs out there for that. They have down payment programs that will help you with your down payment on your house. Oh, and then one thing I didn't mention is check the rates, especially with them being up. Check the rates of where the mortgage lending rates are right now. And since we're on rates, let me say this right quick. When you get your loan, look for a fixed rate. Make sure you have a fixed rate. Because if you have adjustable rate mortgage, that rate that they quote you at the beginning, it can start out at, say, 3.5%. But as the rate changes, your rate will change. And then a lot of those adjustable rate mortgage have balloon notes at the end. So it is very important that you read every document before you sign it, because it is a legal contract, basically. So be sure to read if you have adjustable rate or you have a fixed rate. That will help. And they also have programs out there if you living in a a rural area, if I'm saying it right, a rural area. They have programs for that, where I think it's a USDA, not DA. I can't even think right now. But I didn't. I just recently found out about the program not that long ago. But it helped you with your down payment and everything else too. But again, let me see. I'm trying to go backtrack to make sure. And do not get anything. Do not finance anything before, during, or after. Don't make any purchases. Don't put anything. Don't add anything to your credit. Get your credit together prior. Make sure you have your ducks in a row. Make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. When you go and, like I said, get that pre-approval, you can go online to see who has the best mortgage rates out there. And like I said, if you working somewhere, to see which lender, mortgage lender company, to see which one has the best rate. Just research, y'all. Do your research. Like I said, my whole thing, before I do anything, I research everything. And like I said, I worked in mortgage for 8 years, and I'm also a homeowner. So like I said, a lot of these tips I did. And especially when I say don't buy anything, because my lender who I went through, I think I'm trying to say a couple of months, 2 months after I had got my house, they pulled my credit report back up. And then I was like, what? After the post closing, to make sure I didn't make any more purchases, make sure I didn't purchase on my credit, make sure everything was fine. And then they sent me a letter. That's why I said I'm telling you firsthand. They will go back. Some mortgage lending companies will go back to see that you do anything different on your credit. But my credit was still the same. I did not add any, because I knew, okay, I'm not going to buy anything until I get a post-closing letter, anything, did everything turn out okay? Once they said, hey, we following up, this and that, blah, 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 everything is fine on your end and our end. Thank you for using blah, 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 blah services. Then that was it. I was like, yes, now I can get my furniture or whatever I needed then. Then I started using my credit, started doing my charges. So that's why I say wait, especially before. Do not do anything before they run your credit. You do not want to have that high debt ratio on there. So that was another thing. I talked about all the down payment programs that can help. Research down payment programs that's out there. Oh, and I wanted to go over the this is the first time home buyer classes. It's online. It's simple. It's online. Once they tell you to your lender will take you through the process. I went to the library for mine because at the time I didn't have a computer at that time. So I had to go to the library, and I logged in, made my account, And it's basically questions asking you, basically, can you afford, or do you pay your bills? You know, stuff like questions like that, to see, do you need to even get a home? So that's basically what that first time home owner program, you had to take a class, not really, I won't say a class, but it's just like I say, I did it online. And it took me probably about maybe 30 to 45 minutes. It wasn't long because I wasn't at the library long. And I just answered the questions. And then I printed out the certificate to say that I completed. And that was it. But I printed one, but I sent the actual completion to my mortgage lending company, so they can have a copy to show them that, hey, I did complete my first time home owner program class. So I forgot to put that in there, but like I said, the class is online, and it didn't take long. So that's one thing you have to go through if you do pick the first time home owners program. But I hope this video helped somebody. Oh, let me make sure I went over everything. I think I did. Like I said, the rate's just up right now, y'all, for everything, for the housing market. But don't let that discourage you. Oh, and check out foreclosed homes. They got some good prices out there, but the thing with the foreclosed homes, make sure that right of redemption has passed. There's few far in between that a person will come back and say, well, hey, I want to redeem my house back. But it is a chance that if you do buy a foreclosed home and it's still within that right of redemption period, that person that previous owner can come back and say, hey, I got the money, here it is, I want my house back. But it is some foreclosed homes. Go to foreclosed, look up on the internet, foreclosed houses in whatever state you're living in, and it will pull up. And especially go to who has the foreclosed homes. Go to a bank website. You can go on any bank's website and look up foreclosed homes. And then also they have some that's owned by the bank. They want to get rid of those. Especially if you're driving around and you see a home that's owned by a bank, they want to get rid of those fast. Check into those. They might need a little work though, but check into it, because those are the ones that the bank end up getting back. And they're like, a bank can't do anything with it, so they trying to sell it to get off their hand. They can get you a good deal too. So, like I said, don't pass up on foreclosed homes or anything like that. That will help you. Like I said, but I hope, I hope these tips help somebody. Like I said, if it didn't and you already knew, I'm just trying to help somebody who need it. It might be something extra that you didn't know, but I just want to help if it ain't number one person. Like I said, I just want to give out tips that I know help me. So with that being said, y'all, hopefully I'll be eating the next time you all come to my channel. But I want to get these tips out, and I want to let everybody know that you are great, you are awesome, and don't let nobody else tell you different. Keep a smile on your face regardless of what you're going through. Like I said, I had to take my own advice just a couple of weeks ago. But everything it's not 100% better, but it's better than what I was going through a few weeks ago. But again, this is your girl Inspired by Z. I hope everybody have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.